Hi, so my name is Sarah. I'm also known as Cross Stitch Mad Sarah on here and over on Instagram. If you are new, welcome, and this is my channel all about cross stitching. I forgot that I'm on my swivel chair again. I need to stop moving because it makes a noise. So this is all about cross stitching. So yes, if you're new, welcome, and if you are one of my returning subscribers, then thanks very much for coming. I am going to try and do this video now. Whether this works or not, who knows? It's a little bit impromptu, I'm not going to lie. Of course, I get an itch as soon as I start filming. So, it's a little bit impromptu. I haven't decided how this video is going to go. I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I'm going to do a little bit of a whip parade, and I'm also going to do a little bit of a finishing parade. Whether I get it all done in one go, who knows? I am going to try and record. I am in my home office, as you can tell. Please ignore all of the quotes on the back of the door. I tried opening the door and it looks even worse, so we're just going to pretend that this isn't here. Today is the 30th of December. I am meant to be at work. Well, I am at work, but unfortunately my call this morning didn't answer, so I have a little bit of free time, so I thought, why not pop on to you guys? I'm hoping this isn't going to be ridiculously long, but hey, who knows? So I just want to start off by thanking everybody. So I know that I've put a lot of things on Instagram, you know, these last few weeks. I've sort of lost my stitchy bug. I've had a lot going on family-wise. It's just been bad news after bad news. And I don't want this video to be doom and gloom. So all I'm going to say is I appreciate everyone's lovely, lovely messages. Amelia is doing amazing. First of all, my little insulin warrior. She's doing unreal. She's still taking everything in her stride. We have had a little bit of ups and downs, shall we say, over Christmas with our blood sugars, but I tried to make Christmas kind of like as normal as possible for her, and I tried to gauge her insulin with, she wanted profiteroles for her pudding on Christmas Day, and I thought, you know what, it's Christmas, why not? I tried to gauge it, and we attempted pizza again because pizza, I keep swinging on my chair. So pizza is one of Amelia's favourite things, and unfortunately for whatever reason, pizza just seems to make our blood sugars go crazy. So the 2 times she's attempted it 3 times. We attempted it once at a lunchtime, it was a disaster. At a tea time, even more of a disaster. And then she had it at school, and that was a disaster. So on Christmas Eve, just to try and give her like a little bit of a treat, I tried making homemade pizzas at lunchtime. So I did like a wrap, and we did like Amelia's low sugar, low carb, like tomato sauce, and I've tried making homemade pepperoni pizzas, and it was just as much of a disaster. But anyways, apart from that, we are doing good. As I said, there has been more bad news within the family, but we're not going to talk about, because I don't want to cry, and I don't want this video to be doom and gloom, because I need to leave 2020. I want to leave the doom and gloom in 2024, and I want 2025 to be an amazing year, is all I'm going to say. So let's get cracking with some stitching. Now, my stitchy bug has been completely AWOL, as well as I haven't had the time that I normally do to stitch because of starting my new job. I am working, well, eventually now I am part-time, but initially I was Monday to Thursday, 9 till 5, Monday to Friday, 9 till 5. So stitching time has been not very much, because by the time I've finished work, made tea, had a shower, had a bath, sorted Amelia, I've been literally lucky if I've had maybe 1 or 2 hours worth of stitching, and I've been tired, and everything else that's been going on, my brain wasn't in it. So my stitching has not been great. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you all of my whips that I've got, and you can see the progress that I've made on them. Now I've got them kind of in a pile here. I've literally just grabbed everything because, as I said, this was on a whim. I wasn't going to do this today, but I'm in the house on my own. Dan's at work, Amelia's at my mum's. Obviously, I'm technically at work. I'm just going to keep, if you see me doing this, I'm just going to keep moving my mouse on the computer in case someone needs to call us or contact us. But anyways, so yeah, so let's get cracking. So the first thing I'm going to show you, now I believe this is my oldest whip. I could be wrong. So this is my lovely Snow Maiden. Now, I can't remember the last time that you've seen her. So I'll put a picture in of where it was before. Now, I've been working on, now I'm going to have to just talk through this because obviously I'm showing up and I can't see my own face. So I've been working on this side of the dress. started in the middle, worked my way down. I completed the smaller side first and then I've moved over. Obviously all of the gaps are going to be for beading. I have put in some of the krennic as I've gone, but I think there's more krennic to go in, possibly down here, but as I say, I haven't got to that part yet. This I do on Exodo, so I don't actually have like percentages and things, because obviously it's on Exodo and I just kind of mark off, but it's definitely had a few hours worth of love. I'm not going to tell you the exact figures because, to be honest, they're probably not exact, and what I've got written down isn't good anyways. So yeah, so this is on a 32 count, I want to say, Snow Flurry fabric, and this is from the Stitch Bunny shop from the lovely Lauren, and this I think could be one of my oldest whips, if not my oldest whip. This is in DMC threads. It's also got the Karen, I don't know how you say it. I sounded a bit posh there, didn't I? The Karen water lilies are in places here too. It's got some krennic. As I say, there is going to be some beads, but it's very, very pretty and I love her. She has had a bit of love recently. I was going to try and get this finished, but you know what? I think when my stitchy bug disappeared a little bit, I needed something easy, and I found that for me, having a full coverage, being able to use Pattern Keeper was much better. The Exodo was a little bit too difficult. So that is whip number 1, which is Snow Maiden, and it's definitely looking a lot more fuller here, and these are the corrections because there's a correction to the pattern, so that's what that is. And obviously that oh god, I'm hitting the wall. That picture is what it will look like when it's finished. The lovely Lauren has already finished this, and I copied off her and I got the same fabric as her. So if you would like to see this fully finished, have a look on Lauren's Instagram, because she's recently framed Snow Maiden and she looks so good. I'm hoping eventually to get her up here. There is a bit of a story actually about this wall. Can you see it? Hang on, I'll pull it off. I had attempted to be very lazy and stick something on with a command strip. Now I know command strips aren't the most successful things in the world, but it was just a bit of quickness. And yeah, I'll come back to the story about the command strips. But anyways, so whip number 1, Snow Maiden, and that is by Mirabilia. If I didn't already say that, I can't remember. I'm hoping to just do this all in one go. I'm praying nobody knocks on my door. So yeah, so Snow Maiden is number 1. Now I'm just going to have a mess down here and I'll deal with it later. My second whip that I'm going to show, just because it's the next one closest to hand, is Bonded by the Rain by, I never remember this guy's name. Hold on, I have my tablet because I will be able to tell you some exact figures for this one. So this is Bonded by the Rain by Leonard Afremov. I always want to call him Alfred Leonard. I don't know why I get them. I want to call him Alfred. Anyways, where I last showed you, I shall put a picture in, and where we are at now, according to Pattern Keeper, we are at 26.06%. I've done 30,236 stitches out of 115,920. Now this, I started it, restarted it, but I am loving it now on 18 count fabric, on, I don't know, is this Magic Guide, Easy Guide? I never know the difference. But this is on 18 count, and this is for my friend Laura, and it is very confetti heavy. I'm doing my good old faithful Royal Rose, which you all know how much I love, and these bobbies are an absolute game changer that Tan and Amy told me about. Tan is the monogamous cross stitch on here, and Amy is Sew Make and Create. They both didn't realise that I didn't know that these existed. Wow. Anyone that does full coverages or loves a hanging thread, these are unreal. It just makes your life so much easier, and I tend to separate a bobbin to a page, which makes it so much easier for doing the Royal Rose. So this is a little bit difficult, as you can see from all of the colours. Now, will I dare show you my back? Because it's Royal Rose, it gets very, very messy. I mean, look at the clip of that. I am doing this 18, so this is 18 count. I am doing this 2/1, so at times it is a little bit difficult to get it through at the back, especially because of Royal Rose and like all of the threads. But I do love it, and it takes a lot to do it. I have to be in the mood, and I can't do it for very long because it does sometimes give me a little bit of a bad head, because there is a lot of colour changing. Like even in there, like this little bit here, you wouldn't believe how many different colours are in there. It's insane. But overall, it's looking really good, and I'm sure when it's finished, it's going to look amazing. My poor friend Laura, this was meant to be a moving in present for her and her husband Dean when they moved in the house. I think they've been in the house 4 years now and it's still ongoing. But yeah, it will be done eventually. I would love to say I'd get this done next year, but I think possibly not. But I'm just going to keep plodding along. But we'll talk about plans for 2025 at the end. Sorry if you can hear squeaking. I keep forgetting I'm on my twisty turny chair. So that is whip number 2, as I said, is Bonded by the Rain by Leonard Afremov. Alfred Lefro. Anyways, yeah, I've already told you. Heaven and Earth Designs. And I do really like it. And it's featuring loads of lovely needle minders from Lindsay. And I think one of these might be off Lauren, but the majority of these are from Lindsay, the love of needle minders. I'll tag her Facebook in like down below. But yeah, these are all off Lindsay. And this one is so cool. This big one. I'm pointing to it from the back as if you could see. Because it's heavy enough. Well, not heavy enough, but strong enough so that it can hold some scissors. So yeah, so that's whip number 2, Bonded by the Rain. Next, I'm going to just hold on a second while I move. Just in my gorgeous bag, which is a whip bag from Stitch Bunny Shop. This is my tarot cards from the Witchy Stitcher. Now, I'm not going to take it out of the frame because, as you all know, this guy is huge. Now, I've swapped it out of a Q-snap and put it into one of my Nudge hoops. That's what I mean, look. She is huge, man. And I was planning on trying to do 1 card a month. However, it is very, very hard on my eyes. No matter what I do, Black Ada stitching on it is a mare. And for whatever reason, this particular pattern, which one's this one? Justice. For whatever reason, hasn't pulled through into Pattern Keeper properly, and it's really difficult. So I'm having to use, Exodo for some bits of it, Pattern Keeper for others. So I've found this one a little bit tricky. So much so that actually I was a hell of a lot further along, and I've had to frog. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I've had to frog loads in this corner. And because I frogged and I was in a mood with it, I put it away. So this is the, how many cards have I completed? 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 completed cards. I'm trying to unroll it as I go. So I've got this one. What's this one called? I can't read upside down. Empress. The Death card, which is the unicorn. And then Hermit. So I have done 3 of them. And this is the 4th one. And I don't even know how far I've got on it. But yeah, I just needed a little break from this. So this is something that's going to be ongoing. It's like a blanket. Look at the size of it. Could be, in fact, it could be a curtain. It is that big. So this is 18 count Black Ada. And this is not very nice Ada. I'm just going to try and fold this up as best as I can. This is not very nice Ada. You can hear it's crinkly. It's crunchy. I'm just going to put that down. Yeah, it's crinkly, it's crunchy. To be honest, it is getting slightly better the more I'm using it. But at first, that Ada was that stiff. I swear I could have chopped my potatoes with it for me tea. And in fact, if I moved too quickly past it, I think it would have sliced my finger open. But it's definitely getting better. But because of the size that I needed, I did just buy cheap Ada. So it's possibly my fault a little bit. But it was going to cost a fortune. I would have loved to have done it on an even weave, but never mind. We've gone with the Ada now, and that's kind of what we're going with. It's ongoing. Again, I would love to say that in 2025, I don't think not all of the patterns are released yet. So it's by the Witchy Stitcher, and you can only get these patterns via our Patreon. I pay each monthly for it. Hang on, I just need a little drink. I've got Stanley back, although for those who were at Retford Floss Friends, he lost his S, Stanley. It fell off. Anyways. So yeah, so it's by the Witchy Stitcher. It's one of her Patreon patterns. So they're released. She releases 2 patterns every other month. There is quite a few released, but I still don't think all of them have been released yet. So it's something that's ongoing. It's in the background. I know this is a whip that's going to take a long time. Plus, as I've said, it's difficult on the eyes to see. I do love it though. So that's 18 count Ada. It's 2/1. And all of the flosses are Royal Broidery flosses. I ordered well, I'll show you, look in the bag. I ordered an absolute ton of them from AliExpress. So I got all the Royal Broideries all in one go. So yeah, there's tons. I do love the pattern. As I say, it's just the Black Ada. Wow, it really, really hurts my eyes. So I kind of do little bits and get bored and come back to it. So that is whip number 3. whip number 4 is going to be as much of a surprise to me as it is to you, because I've just grabbed one of my pillowcases. Aha! This is the Rainbow Angel. Now this is again another humongous whip. This is where I am up to, and if you bear with me, I'll just get my tablet out and I'll tell you exactly where we're at on this one. So this is called Rainbow Angel, and it is by, I've just clicked off it, Genovia Art, and this is a heaven and earth design. Now I've done loads. Look how much I've done. This was a new start with the lovely Charlotte stitching with the kids around at the North East Stitchy Meet at the August bank holiday of this year. Now me and Charlotte have both said this is something that's just going to be in the background. We've got no time frame on it or anything like that. It's just something that sorry, I was just moving my mouse. Something that we're just going to keep going in the background. So I only did this that bank holiday weekend and I managed 368 stitches, which isn't bad for a new start, but I've not picked it up or touched it since. This is again 18 count Ada, Magic Guide, Easy Guide. I don't know, I never remember which is the correct technical term for it. Clearly this is my cheap Q snap, which isn't a real one, hence why look at the absolute clip of it. This will be coming out of that. And I have ordered myself some new Nudge frames with some Christmas money, so this will be getting swapped out for one of those. I am at, are you ready? Drum roll. I'm at 0.08% of this pattern, and there is 462,375 stitches to go. Now I'm doing the normal one, whereas Charlotte, I am sure, is doing like super-sized max colour or something absolutely ridiculous, but hers is way bigger than mine. But me and Charlotte are just doing it as and when, and it's just something that's going to be in the background. And again, Heaven and Earth Designs, 2/1, and this is also Royal Broidery Flosses. Sorry, I'm just sticking this back in my trusty little pillowcase. This is one of Amelia's old bedding sets, and I just loved it so much. So how cute is this, by the way? So I have both of the pillows kept as my little project bags. So that is where we're up to. So that is, what was that up to there? Number 4. Was that number 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I've got a whip missing, you know. I think I've lost one. Well, not lost one, but I think I must have left one downstairs. Anyways, this next one is a pattern that I am doing for Amelia. This is my Stitch Stained Glass pattern. Now, I started this on the Floss Friends retreat at Retford, and I started it doing my Royal Rose method because it is a full coverage, and my plan was that I was going to finish this for Amelia and that's all I was going to work on. And then obviously my life turned upside down the weekend, well, a few days after Retford, when we got Amelia's diagnosis. So this has been a little bit neglected, I'm not going to lie, but I did go along and I finished my Royal Row. So I've went all the way along to the edge. In total, I've stitched 3,054 stitches on it. Out of the total pattern is 31,439, which is actually quite small for a full coverage. And I'm at 9.71%. So this is where I'm at. So that is the full length, full width of the design. And a lot of it, if I zoom in, sorry, I've only got my little ring light for my computer. As you can see, like the majority of this is a border. And that border, I'm pleased, I'm nearly done with it. So this is very confetti though, all of these. I'm not 100% sure how good this is going to turn out. I feel like it looks very pixelated, but it is a stained glass pattern. So I feel like they do look more pixelated than normal, don't they? So it is going to be for Amelia. I am going to finish it. However, am I sure it's going to be one of my best works? Probably not, but hey ho. It is what it is. Amelia loves it, and that's the main thing. So I am going to try and get that done for her. I still feel like I'm missing a whip. I've got 7. I know I've got 7, but I can only see 6. Unless, hold on, is this? No, I forgot I had one in this one. Ignore us. So, moving on. This is whip number 6, which is Sweet Remembrance. So the last time you seen Sweet Remembrance, I shall put a picture in. Oh God, I've just flashed my back to you. Sorry. I'll put a picture in. Dun, 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 hopefully here. And this is where we are at now. have I worked on this? I think I've worked on this a little bit. So she's starting to get a face, and this is by Nadia Tate, and this is Heaven and Earth Designs. Now, I don't know if you'll remember, because I definitely wasn't doing Flosstube at that point. Amelia's got Tropical Daydreaming up in her bedroom, and this is like a sister piece to that, and this is again going to go in Amelia's room. But I do love it, and it is so pretty. Oh, there's a random back of a needle minder. Oh, I don't know where that's from. Look, a little random. I'll keep it there so I know it's there. So yeah, this is Sweet Remembrance, and I shall have a little look on my tablet. Aren't you impressed I brought my tablet up? I am. That I remembered to do this. Where is it? Sweet Remembrance. Here we go. This is a quick stitch. Oh my goodness, for whatever reason, look how zoomed in I've gone on this. Must have been having a bad eye day. I am at 20.14% on this. There is a total of 44,100 stitches, and I have done 8,880 stitches on it. So this is lovely, and again, this is really fun. I would love to say I will get this finished this coming new year. Will I? Won't I? Who knows? But I love it, and I love the colours, and it is really fun. So yeah, that is where we're at again with these amazing bobbies. I do love them. And of course, Royal Rose with 25 million parked threads. But that is where we're up to, and that is whip number 6. And I'm going to put this one back in here because this is a pillowcase. It's got a zip on and it's really awkward, but I'll not do that one. Now, my last whip is a new whip that I have been working on the last few days. Sorry, I keep getting me. I'm distracted myself with this twiddly chair. I do apologise for everybody. So this new whip is something I have had kitted up for ages. I have this kitted up. I have another big one. I've got like 5 things kitted up in drawers. Well, in drawers downstairs in my Kallax unit that are kitted up and ready to go. And I keep thinking, I don't want to have too many whips. I don't want to feel that I'm getting overwhelmed. And then with, as I said, the bad news we've had, and it's just made me think, F it. I'm not going to swear on here, but you know, F-U-C-K, bugger it, because why be frightened of never finishing something if you've never started it? So this coming year is going to be a little bit different, because all you're going to see from me in January is new starts, and I am just going to embrace my stitching, because do you know what? Life is too short. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know what's around the corner. So why be frightened of starting all of the things and never finishing them, when if they're in a drawer, they're never going to get finished because they've never got started? And so many of you have sent us some lovely, lovely messages saying, just go for it. So guess what? I have. And more importantly, my stitchy bug has came back. Like, I have been loving working on this. Now, I can't tell you exact numbers because I've fell by using my book of days. It's just gone by the by. I'm going to start a new one in January. I haven't got a book of days. I bought something else off Amazon. I haven't brought it up here to show you. I can show you another time. But my stitching has been so sporadic throughout November and December. It would just be full of stickers. It's just pointless. So I started this. I can't remember when. It's on Instagram. I'll put something on when I add my pictures and that in. I will write on the start date, because I've only got my my stitchy tablet here. Anyways, I decided to start this. Now, this is humongous. This is going to go with, now I'm pointing because Maui's behind this door. I will show you, actually. I'll do a little video at the end. I'll show you Maui and I'll show you Tropical Daydreaming while we're up here and I've got my phone. So, this is huge, this piece. I've got this piece, which is also by Hannah Lynn, which is what Maui's by. And there is another big Hannah Lynn one that me and Cross Stitch Bunny have got that we're going to start together at some point eventually. But for now, I've started this one. And I have to say, guys, I am loving it. So this is Jewel of the Sea. And this is the first page. And I've gone all the way along to the end of the first page. And then I'm starting here. So my plan is I'm going to do all of the full page. And then I'll move along. And then I'll do all of the second page. And so on and so forth, and work that way. May change my mind and just keep going all the way down. Who knows? I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. So this is obviously some sea, and this is the beginning of a jellyfish. Now, I will put in a picture here of what it will look like when it's completed. And I've just been working on this the last few days. There is a little Bobby, look, he's just hidden for the end of that. I've just hidden it in my little grime guard. By the way, these grime guards are my absolute favourite. And you're off a shop on Etsy called Wicky's Den, and I have quite a few of them. I should have been mentioning that as I've gone through, but I just love them all, and that's where I've got all my grime guards from. But I don't think they have an Instagram. I don't think they have Instagram, but anyways, it's on Etsy, and I really like it, Wicky's Den. So I will write that at the bottom when I eventually put everything up on YouTube and upload. So this is where we are at. Now I will just I'll hold this here while you can tell I wasn't organised. So Jewel of the Sea, Hannah Lynn from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I have done a total of 2,127 stitches, and I am at 0.56%. Woo! This is a biggie. The total stitches in this design is 381,150, and I don't know if you can see, but look, she's going to be huge, man. So this is 18 count Ada. This is 2/1, and this is a mix of everything. It is DMC, it is CXC, it is Royal Embroidery, it is stolen threads from another project because for whatever reason I couldn't find the devil's number 666 anywhere, so I had to steal it out of Rainbow Angel, but I have ordered some more. I don't know what I've done with them. I must have had them because I've ticked them off, but then clearly they've disappeared. So yeah, that is my current whips is all done. Now, I've only got 7 whips. I've told you I have plans for lots more. While I've got my tablet out, I'll show you the ones that I'm, have I got them loaded in? If I've got them loaded, yeah, one of them's loaded in. I'm going to start this one this year at some point. This is called Blissful Paris Cool by, I'm not even going to attempt the surname, Isabella. I'm going to put it on the bottom because I'm not even going to attempt and I'll butcher the name. This is by Heaven and Earth Designs. Now I'm going to I'm going to get the PDF up and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm hoping that you can see that it's not going to be too bright. Hang on. Oh, there. There we go. So this is the pattern. Now I'm hoping I don't drop my tablet. Now, this is going to go in my living room. The colours aren't shown up very well here, but it is actually loads of like greys and pinks, which is what my living room is. However, I am not going to stitch all of this crap at the bottom. So my plan is I'm going to go all the way along the top, and then I'm going to work all the way down, and I'm going to stop somewhere here. But obviously I'm not good. I've marked the full bottom page off already. I've got rid of that. So, excuse me. I'm going to go down to a point of where I think it looks okay. I don't want to just like chop it off, but I'm going to work down until a point. So until I get that far, I'm not going to know. But give or take, it's going to be somewhere along here. And this pattern I love because I'm going to zoom right in. Although the quality's not the best, but it just reminds us of me and Amelia. And I really like it, and I want this in my living room. So this is something is going to be started this year. Definitely, definitely, definitely. It's another biggie, but it might not be as big as what I think because obviously the royal we. I am going to cut all that bottom bit off. That's definitely one that's going to be started. Have I got any other? I haven't got any others on here loaded, but I'll go into my Dropbox. I have also going to start at some point this year. I don't know which one I'll come to first. Bear with me, I wasn't organised. This one, the mini sunflower cottage. And this is another Heaven and Earth design. And this is by Donna Gelsinger. But this is quite a smaller one because this is the mini. I'm just zooming in. I've got this. Oh, sorry, me ring light. I've got this zoomed in, ready to go. How are you, Sarah? This is kitted up, ready to go. I believe this is in CXC threads, and I got them off Cross and Crafts. So that's kitted up, and I've had that for ages. Again, haven't started it because I was worried about having too many things on the go. Well, guess what? It's getting started, and I'm sure this blue sky's like my favourite. I'm sure that'll be 995, 996, 3843, 3842, my favourite blues ever, and a bit of 799 as well. So I'm loving that, and again, it's getting started at some point this year because, as I've said, this is the, the swear word year of where, who cares? Sod reason. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word. Never mind. Bugger reason. I don't know if that's worse. We're starting all of the things. And this is the one that me and Lauren have both bought. This is The Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn. Now, this, I was humming and hawing about whether this one was going to go on my landing opposite Maui is like a sister piece, but I just love the pattern. But I think my mum was right in going C and C because they're both mermaids. Oh, I'm trying not to get the glare from my window. That is this pattern here, and I would actually really love that pattern on that wall, which I think would be really cool. So that one, again, I haven't got, now this one I haven't got kitted up, so maybe I should just chill a little bit, but I would like to start that at some point. And then this one, 1,000,000% is getting started. This is the Possibilities Evolution Rainbow by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is, sorry, I've got my hair in my eye. This is designed by Walking Melons. Now I do believe, well, I don't believe, I know this has been taken off the Heaven and Earth website, so I'm really sorry if you didn't get a chance to get it. This is the original size. So again, that one might go on this wall as well. I've got so many things in just so little time. This one is 500 by 783, so it's huge, but it's all Pokemon. And cross stitch Beth, or Beth, I'll have to put Beth's proper name on the bottom, but the lovely Beth anyways, who I've met at Floss Friends, and I love Beth, she's so funny, and I'm so pleased that she's come back to Flosstube, so everybody needs to watch her Flosstube. Beth has already started this. Is she doing the mini version? I want to say Beth might be doing the mini, and I've said we should have a stitch along this year. So this is what, sorry for the glare, this is what the pattern will look like. You see I'm in front of my window. This is what the pattern's going to look like, and I've got everything ready, kitted up, and it's in a lovely Pokemon bag from Stitch Bunny Shop, but unfortunately I've left that downstairs because I couldn't carry anything else up. And I've already got quite enough of a mess in here. So yeah, this is something else that is 1,000,000% be getting started, and I think that could be my New Year start, if I'm being completely honest. There is lots of other patterns obviously that I've got, but I haven't got them kitted up, and I think because I've got so many kitted up, it seems stupid buying more stuff. I did have Purity by Joan Marie kitted up, but then Amelia told me she wasn't really into unicorns anymore and said, Mammy, why don't you stitch me something else? Have my stitch instead. So Purity, I've got the pattern. It's never going to get used, so I've just put it in my finished patterns. So yeah, so I've kept the Ada because obviously I'll just use that for something else, and all of the flosses I've put back into my stash, or I've worked into, I think some of them have gone into Julia de Say actually. So yeah, so I've got rid of that. So that was something else that was kitted up ready to go, but obviously not anymore. I'm just gonna have a quick drink. Wow, this is going to be my longest video like ever. I'm already on 32 minutes. Oh, so that is all of the whips done. That is kind of all of the plans. So the plans for 2025 are FUCK. I'm going to start all of the things. I have so many patterns, not just big full coverages. I've got, you know, the autumn, spring, summer, winter by the Cricket collection. I've got them. I might start them. I'm going to go crazy this year. I'm going to go crazy. I may regret it halfway through the year and have a panic attack about having 25 million whips. But do you know what? There's no point in having all of the things and not stitching on them, because it's just really sad, isn't it? So yeah. Now, moving on. I'm going to do a little bit of a finish whip. Sorry if I've just wobbled there. I kicked my table. I'm going to do a little bit of like a finish parade. Now, yes, I've been very privileged here, mind, because this is the stuff out of my unwashed, unloved, unironed box at the bottom. Now, at Floss Friends, hang on, I'll turn it that way so because you can't see. At Floss Friends, there was a lovely lady called Zoe on my table, and Zoe's name on Instagram, I want to say, is the Dash Hound Stitcher. I'll put her name correct at the screen anyways. And Zoe had this folder full of all her finished whips, and I was like, wow, what a good idea to put them in something like this instead of being shoved in my naughty drawer until you do something with them. And I just thought it was a great idea. Now there was me, cross stitch Sarah, and her lovely daughter-in-law Bethany, and I think a couple of other people on their table. We all ended up buying these on Amazon. We all got a little bit enabled, and I forgot to show you them as from my stash from Floss Friends. So today I've just really quickly shoved everything in. So let's start off with some finishes. So this is my folder. Now, these are old and heavy. Do you know what? I'm going to, while I turn this, I'm going to move that ring light out of the way because I think it's just glaring already. This is a kit that I did like 25 million years ago, and this was meant to be for Amelia. Look, and clearly it's never ever gone on the wall. I want to say it was a Dimensions kit. I have no idea. It was a very long time ago. So this has been one of my finished, shoved in the drawer, unwashed, unloved, unframed. One of them. And following on from the same thing is this one. Again, another kit. And this is a Once Upon a Time, a Princess is Born. And it is so pretty. You can't see it. Oh, God, this is harder to show than what I thought it was going to be. It's got loads of metallic threads and things in, but you can't see because of this because of the packaging and stuff. But so cute. Again, it never ever went up on Amelia's wall. I had all of the intentions. I might frame this though and put this up on like this side because this has got a few different things on this side. No stitching. It's got like my shoes, like pictures of shoes and designer bags and things because obviously I'm very bougie. But yeah, I might put this up actually because it is very pretty. So I'm catching my hair and everything. This is a nightmare showing this with my phone on my windowsill. I didn't think this through. This is an old kit. This is a Tinkerbell. Again with really god-awful, scratchy, scritchy metallic threads. I remember having a nightmare at the time of... sorry, the glare is shocking. I do apologise. Is that better? Worse? Ah! This is not a good idea, is it? Right, maybe if I stand up. Will I stand up? Is that better? Worse? Better? Maybe. Okay, so this is a Tinkerbell. Maybe if I tilt it that way. And then, moving on, is a Some Bunny to Love. Again, this is a kit. God knows how old it is. And clearly at some point I must have loved back stitching because look at all the back stitching on that. Absolutely crazy back stitching, but very cute. Do you know what I'm thinking? I might make that into a cushion. Maybe. Do you think that would be nice to be in a cushion, wouldn't it? And then a Winnie the Pooh kit. Now before you think I'm not that much of a tramp, this is a creamader. The rest of them look absolutely filthy, but this one is genuinely cream. And this is like an old, I'm trying to move it. An old-fashioned Winnie the Pooh kit. And again, look at the back stitching, guys. I must have been having a light moment when I did these. And then this is my unicorn Winnie the Pooh kit. Remember, this was the watering can one that I found off eBay. This is done. Again, it's been shoved in the drawer. Never done anything with it. This is disgusting, this one. Look at the colour. This is a little elephant. Now, I know this was from Hobbycraft years ago. I remember I got it in the sale with me mum. So this has been done too. And again, never had anything done with it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's just living its best life in the drawer. Now, this was a kit that I bought for my friend's little boy off eBay like 25 million years ago. And it took us 25 million years to complete, so much so that he didn't even like cars anymore by the time it was done. So I never ended up gifting it to him. But there it is. Josh is now 9, nearly 10, and he never ever got the cars. This one is the god-awful printed kit, the Joy Sunday. Now, this is folded over. These are the bottles, and I just was so sick of it, I never ever actually did the back stitching. And then that's the other half of it, but it's just that big. I've got it folded over. Now, my mum, originally my cousin Rachel was going to have this to having her, she's got like a home bar. She was going to have that, and then she changed her mind and was like, oh, actually, the wall, it's quite long. She was like, it's too big. So then my mum was going to have it, and then my mum changed her kitchen. So it's ended up staying in here. Now we'll have a story, guys. I'll sit down because we're going to have a bit of story time about this. So this is my gorgeous Dark Queen of the Sea. Now I'm going to put this down for just a minute. This is where this comes into play. Now, I've got a load of frames. Can you remember my ongoing saga that I had with Maui when I ended up getting all of the frames that kept getting sent to us that weren't big enough? So I've got quite a collection of certain frames in the house, and I've kept them because I think eventually something will fit in them and I'll use them eventually. And when I'd ordered the wrong size, that people didn't want us to send them back to them and things on eBay and that. Anyways, one of these frames that I got ages ago, and it had wedding pictures in. But then when I changed my sorry, I've got a thread. When I changed my colours of my living room used to be like a very light cream and like turquoise blue. Now it's changed and it's pink and grey. My wedding pictures have all got the blue sea in it, and it was in a really big like blue frame, and it just didn't go. Anyways, I decided I was going to frame Dark Queen of the Sea. So I got one of the frames, and then I realised all these years I've had that frame up on my wall thinking that the frame was blue. It was actually protective tape and the frame was white. So Phil, I've been married 10 years nearly, well, 10 years this coming year. So I've been married 9 years, and that picture's been up. It was a wedding present and it had blue tape on. Never mind. So I took the tape off and it was a lovely white frame. Now I decided I put it here, right? Amelia helped us. Now I did use command strips because I was lazy and because I didn't want to put a nail in my wall. Hindsight, shouldn't have been lazy. Hindsight, don't use these on cross stitching. So lovely, put it up here. Now under here where I am now, this is my work desk, which has got my 2 work computers on, because obviously I've got one for the company I work for and another company's computer. I have 2. Picture is up here. Put it up, lovely, measured it, beautiful. Walked downstairs, and then me and Amelia heard an almighty bang. And you know when you just go, oh! And I thought, I know exactly what's happened. That picture's fell off the wall. And I had a heart attack thinking, if that has gone and fell on my work laptop and smashed my work laptop, like, literally, it's going to be ridiculous. Anyways, thank the lucky stars, it fell down the side, so it didn't damage my work laptop at all. Frame smashed, glass everywhere though, completely knackered. So guess what? Queen of the Sea isn't framed anymore, and she's back in here. But that is something I'm going to do this year as well. I would like to get some things framed and get them on the wall in this office, because it's bland, look. Apart from my little bit of, you know, my little fluffy things, my very expensive fluff off Shein for 99p in my Kylie Prosecco bottle. Apart from that, like, there's next to nothing. I do have my little elephant. Which way is my finger? That way. I do have these that were used to be in Amelia's room before we changed it to our big girl room and we had to get rid of all the baby stuff. And I do have another little elephant. Actually, talking of elephants, look. I have my elephant t-shirt on today. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Which is cute, isn't it? So yeah, so good old Queen of the Sea, bless her. She was framed for a little while and lived downstairs in the frame beautifully until I decided to put her on the wall, and then it was a disaster. So little lesson for everybody, don't use command strips. Next in my finishing folder is my, oh, I'm better off standing up, is my little pony design, which is by Colourfully Sarah. Now this is definitely going to get framed and put up on the wall because it'll be nice and colourful. I just need to find a nice hoop. We have that. Boom. Next is the Beast, which is my Fruits of Plenty, and again that needs to be framed. And then we have here my Fairy Iridescent in all of her glory as well, and she's just been folded up and chucked in. She's going to get framed because, is that the last? Oh no, there's one more. Hang on, I'll put this down a second. So it's very heavy actually. Fairy Iridescent, I am actually going to gift to my auntie for her 60th birthday. It's her 60th in May, so that needs to go once all of the, you know, everything's back to normal in the new year. I'm going to take that with framers and get it done absolutely professionally because it's going to my auntie. And when it's just things for me, I don't mind my cack-handedness of just sticking something in a frame. Oh, sorry, that's my air freshener thing. I don't mind my bit having a bit of sellotape on the back, but not to give to someone as a nice present. So that's going to go and be done properly. And then last but not least in my finishing folder is my cross-stitch to-do list, which yet again, I still haven't done anything with. Again, I would like that framed. Ugh, chuck that away, it's so heavy. I would like that framed and want to have it up in here too. I was going to have it downstairs in my little stitchy corner on an easel, but you know what, I think it's just going to get dusty, and I think I'd rather have it up here. So I think that's everything that I've kind of got to show you. It's a very impromptu, I can't speak, very impromptu video. I didn't think I was even going to get another video done. I was feeling just so down, and just as I've said on Instagram, like, my mental health took a battering these last few weeks between constant worrying with Amelia, learning a new job, as I say, other things that have gone in my family. Like, I just feel as if we've been cursed. I've had things go wrong in the house. I still haven't got a new hob yet. Now the crack's enormous. That is something me and Dan need to do these next few days. We do need to buy a new hob and get it fitted. My hoover's broke as well, just something else to add. So yeah, it's not been great, but 2025, it's a new year. It's a new positive vibe. It is the effort year, as I've said. You know, I'm going to start all of the things and I'm just going to enjoy. Sorry, my fringe is getting on my nerves. My hair's getting on my nerves. I can't wait to get my hair bleached. Look, I feel like such a Karen with this. I just feel like, oh, I hate it. I want to be back really blonde. I don't like having it darkened down. I'm not doing that again. Anyways, enough tittle-tattling on. I hope that everybody has a wonderful new year, whatever you are doing. I'm going to my mum's with Amelia and Dan. I am at work though until 5 o'clock tomorrow. And then after work, we will then be going over to my mum's and having New Year with my mum and my auntie, my uncle and my cousin, which will be really nice. My mum's putting a little bit of food on. I'm driving, so I'll not be drinking, which is fine because it suits me, because then it means I'm not hungover, which is great because I can't bear being hungover. So yeah, so I hope that everybody has had a wonderful Christmas. I hope everybody got lots of lovely stitchy bits off Santa. I will show you my Christmassy kind of haul in my next video, although actually I'll show you one thing because it's here. I got this lovely cushion off my mum. How cute is this? Yeah, I just absolutely love it. So to my daughter, I hugged this soft pillow, I squeezed it really tight, I filled it with my wishes, hope, love and light. So when you're feeling low, just hold it really tight. You will feel my love within it, morning, noon and night. I mean, isn't that just delicious? So I've actually got this on my chair at work because this is off my mummy. And I just love it. And the fact it's an elephant as well. I love it. So yeah, that is something that I got for Christmas. A lot of other bits I got were like makeup-y bits, smelly bits. Didn't really get any cross-stitching stuff. I did get a nice new Hollywood makeup mirror to have in here because I had to get rid of my big mirror, which is in Amelia's room. And I have got myself a little mini fridge to have in here because when I'm working, sometimes I haven't really got time to be making something proper for me dinner. So I'm going to start having like a proper breakfast with Amelia in the morning, and then I'm just going to have like a yogurt or a protein shake or something for my lunch. So I've got a little fridge to have in here, so it means I can just grab it and I don't have to move. So yeah, that is it. I've twiddled on for a very long time. This is officially, I think, my longest video ever. So happy new year everybody. I hope 2025 is amazing. I hope my curse ends. So if anyone's got my voodoo doll, please stop. I think I've had quite enough of it. So yeah, happy new year. Hope everyone, as I say, had a lovely, lovely Christmas, and I will see you in the new year with all of the starts. Goodbye.